Blockrat wants to sell me his rods. Welcome back to Recreate, where we have immediately been invited to spawn because Blockrat has opened an all-new store selling rods, whatever that means. Actually, I know what it means. This happened for me about 3 days ago, but for you, it's happening right now!
You are in the absolute correct place if you want a rod, because you're right next to Rat's Rod Ranch. We've got the greatest rods around. We've got amazing Aw-Man rods. We've got spectacular spook sticks. That's my personal favorite. And we even have Rollin' Rick sticks, the greatest rods around. And they're only spurs. That's the thing. They're only 2 spurs each.
2 spurs.
A steal of a deal.
A steal of a deal. Yeah, can I use the one that... I want to use this one.
Absolutely, that's a decoration. You must purchase the rods.
It's very functional decoration.
It is. Yeah, don't do that. No. That's you can't do that.
Oh, I'm vibing.
Morals? We've got so many great options.
And
just in time for the spooky season as well. Ooh. Very limited supply because you can only put 9 in here, so that's all there is.
So there's only ever gonna be 9 spooky rods?
As far as you know.
Can I make what if I just make my own?
I mean, you could make your own.
Whoa! Mini Gummy Gout! No, look at this!
Mini Gummy Gout?
Mini Gummy Gout!
Is that a Mini Gummy Gout?
You wanna know what's amazing about this? I have no audio from Gout, because Gout is still muted. So, nice. It's just...
A Mini Gummy Gout?
You and me, it's just you and me, Blockrat. We could talk about Gout so much, and he won't be able to hear us.
Anyway, buy my rods!
I just realized that I was deafened. That's probably why.
I didn't even mean to buy... Oh, I guess I'm the owner of a rat rod.
Oh, well.
No, he's just got...
When did you buy?
He's just pumping hallucinogenics into the air around here so that you're forced to buy.
That's a banger.
That is.
Hell yeah. Aren't you in the Halloween spirit now?
Oh yeah, I'm super...
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.
I'm feeling super spooky.
Did you just trade with the statue?
No, it's... I programmed a new song, of course.
Okay, I'm reconsidering my decisions. Okay.
Wait. I want my original one back. Give me my original one back.
Oh, you shouldn't have done that then.
Okay, well, give it back. Thank you. And now that we have acquired ourselves one mighty fine rod, we can move into the bulk of this episode, which is transportation. I am so sick and tired of taking a boat everywhere, so we are going to make ourselves a biplane, which is actually not super hard to get. It just needs a lot of iron. Luckily for me, this large iron deposit right here, combined with the fact that my pickaxe now has Fortune 3, means that I could just mine all this up and probably end up with like 2 stacks of iron blocks, which is absolutely significantly more than we need, but it's perfect to have a surplus. I would rather have that than run out halfway through what I'm doing. Eventually we'll have some kind of iron farm, but for now, depleting the land of its resources works just as well. And would you look at that, just about 9.5 stacks of iron, which is so much more than I actually need, but also I have a single iron bar in my chests, and it will be very useful to not run out anytime soon. Who am I kidding? This is Create. I'm gonna run out in like 30 minutes. Now we just have to go ahead and smelt all of it down thanks to our lovely, lovely fan contraption. I am so happy that I built this in the last episode, because we sacrifice getting XP from this as it smelts, but it smelts so much faster than it normally would if we were using a furnace. See, that was half a stack done in the time that I was talking about it. That's insane. And with that, we now have all of our stacks of iron smelted up, which is perfect because I also have a ton of wood, which is the other resource that we need a lot of to make the biplane. So it's all in here, I think. Yes, thank you, Zeroshi, for accidentally giving me 8 stacks of oak logs. Super helpful. But to make the biplane, we need a bunch of components. Like, we need hulls, which is super easy to make. Then we also need a propeller and an engine, which is going to be probably the hardest thing to make. But it is also still super easy to make because the thing that we need the most of is just kind of copper. So yeah, we just need to make ourselves a boiler and a blast furnace. Wait, where'd the smooth stone go? Oh, forgot to smelt it one more time. But now that we have that, we can... I'm out of cobblestone. Oh my god. Make one thing, lose material, can't make other thing. Awesome sauce. Now we can make the engine, which will allow us to make the biplane. Let's go. Okay, if we go outside with our biplane, we can place it down, and that's cool, but we can't really do much with it quite yet. I have no fuel. You can see at the bottom it said no fuel, which is fine. There's also some augments that we can do. We can do upgrades for it. And some boost rockets. What the hell? I don't even know. Okay. But upgrade slots. What we can use that for is, I believe, if we look up immersive aircraft. Yes. Okay. So some upgrades. What I want to do is I want the eco engine, because this gives us minus 75% fuel requirements. It takes the engine power down a little bit, which is fine because we can also make sturdy pipes. We can make 3 of them, which will increase our speed once more. So let's make those first. Oh, I'm so broken. Let's make those first because I think those will actually be pretty easy to make. Yeah, already made 3 of them. Can you put more than 1 in the plane though? That's the question. Oh, you can't. Oh, this is so depressing. Okay. But there is upgrades, other upgrades that you can do as well. So I think I might want to make the hull reinforcement, which will make our plane, like, stronger, I think. And I believe that's just crafted like this. Yes, hull reinforcement. So we can put that in. That's another upgrade. We can also make industrial gears, which take the fuel requirement down even more. Which is kind of perfect because I'd like this thing to be as fuel efficient as possible. I'm so mad that you can't do more than 1 sturdy pipe. That makes me upset. I guess that's a good thing though, because the eco engine actually goes in the upgrade slot. I just did not process that fact, which is fine. And in order to start making it, we have to make ourselves another normal engine first, and then using that we can make the eco engine. The only problem is I have 1 slime ball and I need 2. Terrible luck, if I do say so myself. So we're gonna have to go out and find another one. Maybe instead of actually looking, we go to see if Mr. of Pears is home, because he is online, so maybe he'll have a slime ball for us. Oh my god, I forgot how many entities he has at his house. It's just hurting my frames so bad. I don't even think he's home. That is unfortunate. Funnily enough, I think one of the mobs in this biome, the snail, actually drops slime balls. Is there any nearby? Yeah, there's one right here. Slime ball? No. I swear they dropped them. Okay, I don't feel bad. It dropped slime. Let's go back home and finish crafting that engine. And there's the engine, so if we put that in here, we have our fully upgraded biplane, which is wonderful, except for the fact that I simply can't use it yet because I have no renewable fuel source. But that's what we're going to do next. My original plan for this was going to be to make a lava farm, but like I really don't want to deal with buckets and everything like that. So I'm going to do something else, and we are going to make a kelp farm. Kelp is actually super useful because we're going to need it anyways later down the line for some stuff like belts when we do other create mod things. And on top of that, we can open ourselves a little bit of a kelp shop. Sell some of the leftover kelp that I have from the plane because, in all honesty, I'm definitely not going to need all of the kelp that the farm produces. To get started on that though, I've got to clear out myself a little bit of an area where I want the farm to be. Luckily enough, I don't actually think I'm going to have to make a new energy source for this farm, simply because the windmill on my house is maybe at like 25% capacity with all the stuff I have inside, meaning that because of the simplicity of this farm that I'm about to make, I think it should be able to be powered by that windmill alone, which is absolutely perfect because I really didn't want to have to make a bunch of water wheels just to power this thing. And there we go. Big area cleared out. As you can see on the map, we are slowly chipping away at leveling this island. Maybe I'll do a live stream just doing it all at once. Ooh, that sounds painful. It'll probably happen. But now that we have this open area, we can actually start to like kind of block out where I want things to be for this kelp farm. I think this is how big I'm going to want the actual circle to be. I'm going to do it multiple layers tall so that we can get as much kelp as possible. We'll have it go there. We'll have the kelp be extracted out this side, go into the stuff that like smelts it down and turns it into dried kelp. And then we will have our working farm and we can finally start fueling up our plane. Unlike with my house, I'm kind of going into this blind. I don't have an actual design, but I know what I want the farm to do, and I know how to actually achieve that. It's kind of just a matter of building it and then gathering stuff as I go. I also want to make this look as nice as I possibly can, because it's so easy to make things in the Create mod just not look good, and I would like things to look good. So the first thing that I want to do for this is build up the kelp mechanism itself, because it's going to be split into two parts. There's going to be the mechanism that harvests all the kelp and sends it into the other stuff, and then the other stuff is going to be what's going to smelt it down, along with whatever it's called, compacting it into blocks. Or maybe I'll do that manually. Haven't really decided yet. So this thing, the way that we're going to do the layers is I think I want to have it be, I got to think about this. Because in order to make it one consistent and semi-cohesive structure, I want to have there to be like actual supports in places. So maybe having wood around it like this to hold up each individual layer will look good, question mark. Or maybe if we put it on the outside to have some actual depth, it'll look good too. I think I'm going to leave it like that for now, and we'll start to go up in the layers. Okay, I'm kind of liking how this is turning out. So these two will be the kelp, then we'll have two just air so that it can have space and not just be cramped. Then we'll start on the next layer. Above that, I guess we'll just use cobblestone for the floor since it's an abundant resource, and I don't really care that much, because on top of the cobblestone will be the next layer of sand, and then we'll just repeat this one more time and we'll have all 3 layers of the farm completed. I also ended up deciding for the middle layer that I wanted to do this kind of thing with stripped wood, and I think it honestly looks pretty good. So this will just be copy pasted like 2 more times up there, but now that we have the sand for the top layer and the bottom layer, I kind of want to start putting all the actual mechanisms in place that are going to be like actually harvesting the kelp, because I want to see how much it's going to take resource-wise for me to do that. So I've made myself a few mechanical bearings. I technically only need 1, but I wanted to make a few just in case. And then the other thing that we are going to need to make for ourselves is radial chassis and linear chassis. If I could actually find my blocks of andesite. I think 18 of these for the radial chassis should be more than enough for what we need to do with this farm. We just have to place the mechanical bearing here, and then the radial chassis go upwards through that. Yeah, we're definitely going to have enough already. I do still need to make some normal linear chassis, though, which we are probably going to need a bit more of. Let's see, 5 per. Actually, I only need to make 1 more. Okay, that's actually super awesome and convenient. On top of that, we're also going to need to make ourselves 18 mechanical harvesters, because we need 6 per layer, and this is what's actually going to harvest the kelp. I actually think I'm going to go ahead and build the 3rd layer of sand now, just because that'll allow me to put in all of the mechanisms for harvesting the kelp, and then we can focus on the decorative parts after that, just so it's like I don't have to focus on both at the same exact time. And with these mechanical harvesters, all of the actual mechanical aspects, at least for the top 2 layers, are done. I don't have to worry about that anymore. The only thing I really don't want to forget is having a chest on top of here, as well as we need 2 portable storage interfaces. And now, as you can see here, we have both portable storage interfaces going. Once this collects a bunch of stuff, it'll put all of it into this one. Then we can pull it out of here into like whatever we want in this area, which is perfect. Now that that is done though, and technically all the mechanical stuff is done for this portion of the farm, I think I want to spend a little bit more time doing the decorative stuff for it. And with that, we have completed the decorative part of this process. I know, the roof is, so beautiful. The roof is fine, but the rest of it, I'm honestly pretty happy with. The next step now is actually putting all of the kelp and water in. Yeah, look at this little tower. Look at this little functional tower. This thing is gonna be great. Luckily, infinite water sources exist, so this part shouldn't take too long. It's honestly just a matter of getting all the kelp in after all the water has been placed. The good thing about building this farm is the fact that all of the mechanical stuff is at the bottom of it, meaning that as I finish each layer, I can kind of just, like, close it up and be done with it. With the last of the kelp being put in place, though, technically if I were to turn this thing on, it would start working. Obviously, I don't have it hooked up to anything quite yet, so it technically actually wouldn't work, but we have everything in place for it to work when we do hook it up. I actually do think that I want to start hooking up all of the stuff underground because I don't want all of the cogs and stuff to be showing above ground for connecting that to this. So I'm going to have pathways underground that will allow me to do that. In theory, if we dig... Oh, God. Wait, was I off? Oh, I was off by literally 1. Okay. What I was saying before I accidentally destroyed everything is that if I dig up here, yes, okay, perfect. So this is what we needed to connect. So I'm just gonna like put a couple shafts out like this. This will eventually go over here connected with like gearboxes and shafts up to the one in the windmill. I don't think that it will overstress it. I'm honestly praying it won't overstress it, but I think we'll be fine. But if we have this travel all the way over, technically, if we were to hook up the gearbox right now, it would start to spin exactly how we need it to. I don't know what way this one is spinning, though, is the problem. I'll do it anyways. Okay. Oh my god, they're working. It's working. It's going the right way, I think. And also, you could hear it was collecting, which is perfect. I was kind of scared that the mechanical things weren't gonna work in collecting all this stuff, but it did. Oh, bad. Okay. So I guess we have to super glue everything together. That's cool, that's fine. I really don't need it to spin that fast, too. I'm gonna fix that real quick, because it's super easy with just some basic gear ratios. Small gear into big gear, and then another small gear into big gear. Oh, I think it's working now. Oh my god! No! This is the most insane thing I've ever seen. I mean, it collected the stuff. That's good. Oh my god. I know how to fix this, but that is so funny. Definitely did not expect to come up to the entire ground spinning. Okay, it's fine though. I know what to do. We have to replace all the radial chassis with linear chassis. I forgot that radial chassis have weird properties that make it do whatever the hell that was. And now that everything is once more actually connected properly, I think if I turn this thing on, it will work. I am going to leave it for a few minutes though, because I would like to start with the actual, like, smelting part of the kelp, which is gonna be, honestly, pretty easy to make. The actual cooking mechanism for this thing is super easy to make. It is literally just an encased fan, which I need to move back one more block because I have to put a campfire in front of it to allow us to smelt all of the kelp down. Where did I put? There it is. But yes, it is literally just this, and it's just, yeah, it's so easy to do. It's kind of insane. The big thing that I'm gonna need here in order to store all of the kelp once it's done is I'm gonna need vaults, and a lot of them. In theory, 32 item vaults should be enough for what I want to achieve, but I'm honestly not sure. I don't remember what the maximum size is. I just know that I want this thing to be right here. And I'm gonna need a lot more because I forgot how math works. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. I think an entire another stack should do the trick, and even if it's more than what I need, I'll have some leftover item vaults for future projects because I definitely know that I will be using these more in the future. Yep, and there we go. One full-size item vault. This thing, wow, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I knew it could be 9 long. See, in my head, I was like, oh, 9 times 3, that's 27. And then I forgot to do another times 3 because 3 deep. So now, this vault is completely done. We just have to add a couple more things, and then we can hook everything up. So the last thing we have to put on is we need to add these, the brass funnels. What these are going to let us do is have more than one at a time come out of the portable storage interface. They'll go through this, they'll eventually end up in this one, which will put it in the vault. Over here, actually, forgot one block, we're going to put a depot, and what this is going to do is it's going to allow us to take a stack at a time out of the vault, meaning that, like, if we need to restock the store over there, once we do that, we can just take from here, but we can also have our own personal stash. This is perfect. Now all we have to do is connect everything up underground. I want 3 outputs, one for these encased chain drives, which control these 2 belts, one for the encased fan over here, and then another one for this belt, because I want this belt to go faster to pull stuff into the vault quicker than these belts. In theory, it shouldn't be too hard. I just kind of have to hope that the fan is blowing the right direction. Because that's the main one. Oh, I guess everything has to be spinning the right direction. You can't have it going the wrong way. But the fan is blowing in the right direction, which is perfect. I would just like it to spin a little bit faster so that it can cover the entirety of this all the way to here, so it starts cooking the second it gets to the top. Gear ratio. Oh, this might be too fast. How much input is this thing using? How much stress, I should say. I could go check the stressometer at the top of the house. Only 400, and it goes all the way. Oh, that's a little too far. It's going a little bit too fast for me. Super easy fix, though. I'm pretty sure if we just do this. Oh, is it spinning the wrong direction now, though? Yes. Not anymore, though. I can actually probably use this output for the belt that's right next to those as well, because I want it to be faster than the other ones anyway. We'll worry about those in a second. Now please, for the gods, spin the right way. Yes, okay, I meant to say for the love of God, but for the gods works too. Okay, that is spinning the right way. It's going to deposit stuff into this vault. Perfect. Now all that's left is to make sure that this is spinning the right direction. It is, and now we can slow it down using gear ratios. And now hopefully what I've done is slow enough. This definitely looks like it's gonna cook the entire thing. It's literally, I want this to be as slow as it is as a precaution, because I'd rather have this get backed up than that. And would you look at that? The whole stack has been cooked. Okay, that means that I can turn this thing on. So if I go down here, and I'm hoping for the love of God that turning this thing on doesn't make the whole thing shut down because, you know, stress levels. Please work. Okay, it's working. It's working. Oh, this is wonderful. Is it collecting from the other layers too? That's my concern. Oh, it is. Oh, it is. Oh my God. It's working. It's finally working. Which means we can close this up and the farm is 100% going. Wow, that is a lot of kelp. Okay, this is good though. That means this is going to keep going, and I'm gonna let it go for a little bit of time, maybe like 30 minutes, because it's currently 4:30 p.m. At 5 o'clock, we'll come back and I wanna see how much this thing has produced. So I actually lied to you, and it's been more than 30 minutes. It's actually been almost an entire day, but I am so glad that I did that because we have almost 19,000 dried kelp. That is absolutely insane. But what that means is that we can finally start to pull stacks of dried kelp out of here and turn them into blocks of dried kelp, which is what we need for our fuel source for our plane. And now you can see after compacting it down, we have 32 stacks of dried kelp blocks, which is perfect because I needed 30 stacks for my shop, which we'll talk about in a second, and 2 stacks to put into my plane as fuel, meaning we can finally start flying this thing. While I was waiting for the kelp to build up, I actually did do a couple things relating to money. The first thing I did is I made this bank terminal, which kind of just stores all the money that I have in it, which is pretty cool. I also made a bank card, which is essentially, it's an ATM card. We can use this instead of having to hold the money on us, which is why we have the bank terminal as well. The other thing that I needed is this, the vendor block. And earlier, Blockrat and I made a discovery that only the person who placed it down can break it, and Zeroshi just so happened to get online as we discovered this.
So, the server has these things called vendors, which are blocks that only the person who placed them down can interact with. If you didn't place it down, then it's like unbreakable to you, basically.
Yes.
And we're gonna go trap Zeroshi inside of a hole full of vendors.
This is genius.
So you distract him, I'll dig a hole filled with vendors, and then what, do I just be like, hey, come check this thing out?
Sure. I'll get out here and go swim to him. Gonna bother Zeroshi again. Gonna bother Zeroshi again. Gonna bother Zeroshi again if I don't stop dying from everything outside.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
Welcome to my abode.
It looks so nice. It looks so
Thank
good.
you, thank you. I was just about to say I'm gonna head out and go through replay footage. I have like 12, 13 hours of replay that I've got to make into like something watchable.
Oh my god.
What do you think, though? What do you think? I'm really proud of this.
I
place.
think this looks very good. You know what I have at my house? I have kelp.
You have kelp.
I'm making a farm with kelp.
I think of my 2 boilers.
I think they're wonderful.
Wait. Let me just give you some insight. As soon as this powers them, you'll see the stress capacity. I didn't realize it was this powerful.
Hold on, I need to see this. Oh!
Oh no, it keeps going. It keeps going. I see block rat down there.
Oh my! No, you don't. No, you don't.
Oh no, okay. Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Hello.
Hi. I'm sorry I murdered you the other day.
You're not the first one, and you won't be the last.
It's alright. Let's take the nice elevator. Let's take the elevator.
Oh, an elevator.
Everyone stand on the platform. Stand on the
It's gonna
platform.
really elevate our experiences, isn't it?
I think it's broken.
I know it's
tied to this.
I know it's broken
no,
because
actually-
I came here earlier and it didn't work.
I think. Oh.
here to break
Someone. Yeah. Did you?
Oh, you gotta
The gear shift's gone.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
Okay.
That's a very
All right.
funny
Sure.
thing to have
Sure. Yeah. So like this is just like my little create setup. Like who cares? Whatever. This is. I didn't finish this part
The
yet.
elevator works.
That's something.
What?
Okay. All right. There we go.
Okay, let's go. Let's go
The
outside.
elevator works.
Ow!
All right. Watch out. There was a creeper out here. I can't get out.
What is
Yeah.
this?
It's just works. What do you
Have
mean?
you
What is
seen
that?
the new
Oh, it's a door.
airship thing?
It's an entrance.
Shh.
That's how you're supposed to get in.
Zeroshi, I showed you my
Yeah.
my warship last time, right?
Yes, you did.
Oh,
I
got
flew it all the way
something
back.
really cool to show you. Here.
Oh, you know, listen.
So you see how
it's
I got
being
the
worked
goats
on.
in there, right?
Yeah. This is fucked up. This is fucked up. This is fucked up.
It's like a zoo. We could look at him.
Whoa! Hey!
Hey, Zeroshi. Oh, he's so cute.
I was dragged into this. I was
Yeah,
kelping.
yeah, sure.
Ow, ow, oh my god. I'm the only one who can break that. You don't want to kill me.
That's the way I can get out of here.
There is not.
I'm gonna keep ender pearls on me from now on.
There
messed up.
is a way that you can get out of there. If
I
you
mean,
look
no,
at the
I know
one
how I
right
can get
above
out.
You, once that sells out, there's only one thing in there, but once that sells out, you can go.
One cog? Though. Well, that was fun, but now that that's over, I want to actually head to spawn and build myself a little shop. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to kind of just fly around a little and find some materials for the shop, and then we will head over to spawn. Oh my god, I'm so happy I finally have a plane. We'll get the materials, then head over to spawn and build ourselves the shop. And now that I think I have enough materials, this isn't going to be the most insane shop ever. Actually, I want to stop by my house and grab some iron because I want some chains. But then, we can head on over to spawn to actually build this thing. So I don't actually have a plan for this thing. All I really know is that I'm going to want to have the 3 vendors here. And then we'll build something around this. Maybe for the base border wall we do something like this, just so it's nothing too crazy. And what if for the roof we had something like this, maybe? Then all we gotta do is add a sign right here with the shop name, KELP Me. That's funny because we're selling kelp. I think we'll sell them because it's so much. We'll do 10 spurs per 1 stack. Then on the sign, we can do the dye and then make it glow. Then the last thing we need to do is actually set the pricing. So if we put 1 stack of kelp, we can make it be 10 spurs. So if we look, it'll be used to buy kelp dried block 64 for 10 spurs, which is honestly a pretty good deal considering that it's 9 stacks of normal kelp. So now we just gotta fill it up. And look at that, we are in stock. Now we have to do that for the other 2 as well. And now that everything is completely full, I also made 1 addition here just to make the back look kind of less empty. And we made we fixed the sign a little if it wasn't obvious enough what we were selling. But with that, I've achieved everything that I wanted to do today. We built the kelp farm, got a plane, messed with some people, and set up our own little business, which will hopefully make us filthy stinking rich.